This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Dunedin City Council is making ready for the global COVID-19 pandemic while urging calm. The Otago Polytechnic has held its last graduation before amalgamating into a national institute. And the University of Otago's new Music and Performing Arts Centre is open for business, but isn't fully finished yet. Kia ora whanau, I'm Daryl Baser. The Dunedin City Council is urging a calm southern approach to the COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic. Mayor Aaron Hawkins and Chief Executive Sue Bidrose say the council is following the central government's lead with a pragmatic approach. Dunedin City Council Chief Executive Sue Bidrose greets Dunedin's Mayor Aaron Hawkins with a minimal contact elbow bump, and both say a practical approach to the COVID-19 pandemic is needed.
Well, at the moment, the council are doing some internal work in terms of preparing our own operations to deal with both the current situation and any escalation in that situation. But largely we're focused on supporting and implementing the Ministry of Health's guidelines and recommendations.
We've got a senior management team called the COVID Management Team, CMT. We're meeting 3 times a week and developing those business continuity plans for the essential services, the working from home plans, decisions about events, decisions about staff leave and travel, so how we run ourselves as a business as well.
But Mayor Hawkins says people who are feeling unwell can still report an issue to council, but they should phone instead of popping in.
So regardless of what you think you're coming down with, if you're not feeling 100%, please stay at home. Ring us. You can talk to staff on the phone if it is urgent. Otherwise, we'd ask people to postpone any appointments that they might have.
Sue Bidrose says they're making arrangements to have council's essential services like waste and water taken care of.
I mean, that's the bulk of our attention at the moment. So making sure that for the people of Dunedin, those core services that we provide that keep people healthy and safe, that we continue to provide those no matter what happens.
She says while there is a ban on events for more than 500 people, at present there's no reason why people can't still support local businesses and the artistic community.
There is no logical reason that people shouldn't be going out for dinner. If you're well, go to cafes, support our cafes, buy an LP from a band that hasn't been able to do its road show, go out and buy gift vouchers. That money circulation is what keeps our economy going, and the worry for us is that people worry too much, they unnecessarily panic, and that doesn't happen. So there's no logical reason not to be doing that kind of stuff, and part of our job is supporting those businesses that way, for example.
Both Dunedin's Mayor and Chief Executive say the COVID-19 global pandemic is an evolving situation with only a handful of isolated cases across New Zealand and isn't as yet being spread person to person. In Dunedin, The South Today. And following on from that story, the Ministry of Health held a COVID-19 update at 3:30 this afternoon, confirming a case of coronavirus in Dunedin. The Ministry confirmed a Dunedin man in his 40s who had recently returned from Germany has tested positive for COVID-19. 2 family members have symptoms, are currently being tested and are in self-isolation. One of those being tested is a student at Dunedin's Logan Park High School. The Ministry of Health says if the tests return positive, the school should close for 48 hours. As of this morning, there are 8 people confirmed with coronavirus, none of the patients currently requiring hospital treatment. The Otago Polytechnic has held its last graduation before it joins a national educational institute. The ceremony saw the Polytech's Chief Executive Phil Kerr awarded an honorary doctorate in recognition of his service to the school.
As Chair of the Otago Polytechnic Council, I'm delighted to confer on Philip Ross Kerr the honorary degree, Doctorate of Professional Practice.
Otago Polytechnic Chief Executive Phil Kerr was conferred an honorary doctorate at the final graduation of Otago Polytechnic on Friday. On the 1st of April, the institution is set to be reborn as Otago Polytechnic Limited, a subsidiary of a New Zealand-wide educational institute, which he believes is unlikely to be called a polytech. Kerr says, "The future for Otago Polytechnic is not a mere name change. What we do and how we do it may well indeed, probably will, change quite dramatically. Whether this will be for the best or not, we do not know, and only time will tell. The risks are high, however, we hope for the best, and we will work hard for the best." During his time at the Otago Polytechnic, Kerr championed innovations in the vocational educational sector. These included a microcredit service called EduBits and the creation of the Otago Brew School at the Central Otago campus. Under his leadership, the Polytech also gained the Baldridge-affiliated Performance Excellence Study Award. Kerr is to step down as Chief Executive of Otago Polytech in June. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Aurora Energy has accepted responsibility for under-investing in its infrastructure around Dunedin. The High Court in Wellington has heard Aurora Energy failed to invest in its poles, cables and transformers between 2016 and 2019. The Commerce Commission says that resulted in an increased number of power cuts. The Commission initially called for a penalty of $20 million. The High Court has indicated the final penalty could be in the order of around $5 million. The University of Otago students have begun using the new Music and Performing Arts Centre in Dunedin. The centre includes a 2-storey recording studio and rehearsal spaces, but not everything's quite finished. A green light signals it's all go in the recording room of the new Music and Performing Arts Centre at the University of Otago. Head of the School of Performing Arts, Professor Anthony Ritchie, says it's provoked some dramatic reactions.
Jaws have been dropping to the floor really when they see it's such a beautiful building, and the studio itself is magnificent compared to the facilities we've had in the past. It's such an upgrade that we're very lucky.
The multi-million-dollar facility has been many years in the planning and building. Prof Ritchie says many aspects of the facility have been open since the start of the academic year, but admits there are some as yet unfinished symphonies.
But there's still finishing touches going on to especially to the studio, so its use is sort of snowballing as more and more stuff is finished.
Advanced drum student Jade Zaya enjoys the acoustics in the studio under the watchful eye of his tutor Carl Woodward, which Prof Ritchie says is music to the ears.
So our Bachelor of Performing Arts students have been rehearsing in their rooms ever since the start of the semester for 4 weeks. And as you heard, the drummers got the percussion room up and running, so that's all good. But the studio itself and the mixing desk is still being sort of finalised as we go.
Many of the recording studio facilities, including a new mixing desk, will allow for multi-channel audio recording and broadcasting. The studio is predominantly for students' education, but will also serve as a community resource. In Dunedin, the South Today. And still to come on the South Today, we mingle with the crowds at the recent Wanaka AMP show, and some enterprising school pupils are hoping to turn found flags into cash. See you after the break.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
Hasn't been much of a summer, has it? Until now. It's hot, it's getting warm, it's great. This is the time of year we love this weather. So we have a lot of surplus stock and we want to clear it at real hot prices. 50% off anything that's short sleeve. T-shirts, short sleeve shirts, polos, everything short sleeve, half price.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, get them while it's hot.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual and the most extraordinary on Animal Planet's The Most Extreme.
No mai no. Welcome back. Queenstown Chamber of Commerce Chief Executive Anna Mickle says lots of local jobs are at stake because of COVID-19. She says with almost no international visitors arriving, forward planning for the ski season is going to be difficult. Mickle says many businesses won't be employing new staff for the upcoming winter season and instead are set to be making people redundant. She's predicting the disappearance of tourists will have a massive impact on Queenstown. The situation will be particularly hard on events-based businesses, with many public events being cancelled. Wanaka turned on spectacularly sunny weather for this year's AMP show. Held over 2 days, the event attracted about 40,000 people to the showgrounds to celebrate all things agricultural.
Displays of livestock were just part of the Wanaka A&P show this year. Held over Saturday and Sunday, the 2-day event is estimated to inject nearly $11 million into the Upper Clutha economy each year. Visiting Merino Judge Will Roberts says the 500 or so trade stalls is a far greater number than at a typical Australian show.
Most of our shows probably don't have the number of exhibitors that you've got here as far as retail outlets and that sort of thing. So it's very exciting sort of coming over here and seeing all the products that are made from wool and other sort of fibres.
The annual Jack Russell race saw dozens of dogs chasing a dead hare behind a galloping horse, with a pooch named Harry winning his 5th title. His owner, Samara Buchanan, says her dog's always keen to run around outdoors.
It's just he likes chasing rabbits, so that's really the secret to it. Yeah.
Among the hospitality tents was Carfield's, thanking its customers with a barbecue featuring 35-day cured meat.
It's Ansco beef, yep, export quality beef, so we buy it in and we dry age it, and yeah, it's good.
The Otago Daily Times tractor pull competition saw the Upper Clutha Rugby Club secure a victory over an invitational team, which included several volunteer firemen, joined by a few others from among the crowd. Upper Clutha A&P Society Chairman Grant Rudenclough estimates about 40,000 people attended over the 2 days.
It's hard to tell until the figures come in, Paul, but the crowd was huge, and the weather was perfect.
Yeah.
So
and the atmosphere was great. I think that was the real key thing to this year.
Yeah.
That's
I don't think
pretty special.
been a complaint. I don't think there's been a complaint. I think.
And preparations are already underway for next year's show. In Wanaka, the South today.
3 roommates boarding at John McGlashan College are trying their hand at a start-up business. The youngsters are selling Highlanders flags that they collected after a recent home game.
13-year-old Will Hancocks of Owaka and Riley McRae of Wanaka, along with another roommate, have decorated their room at John McGlashan College with over 51 Highlanders flags, which had been left behind after the last home game. Their plan is now to sell them either as flags or fashioned into pillowcases to raise funds for snack food.
Sell flags and pillowcases. To buy noodles.
They say so far business has been slow, but they're hopeful with some advertising around the school that their enterprise will take off.
We're still trying though. We're going to put up a piece of paper and say how much everything is and stuff.
It's a slow process.
Yeah.
It's uncertain when the Highlanders' next home game will be held, with the team in self-isolation and the Super Rugby competition currently suspended. In Dunedin, the South today.
And after the break on the South today, the saga of Greymouth Hospital continues with another delay, and we have a look at the weather across Te Waipunamu. See you after the break.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life. Tuesdays, 7:30.
Wrens are Otago's painting, tiling and plastering experts. Offering a free measure and quote, Wrens is a name you can trust to get the job done right. Call Wrens today on 477 9384 or visit wrens.co.nz.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Hasn't been much of a summer, has it? Until now. It's hot, it's getting warm, it's great. This is the time of year we love this weather. So we have a lot of surplus stock and we want to clear it at real hot prices. 50% off anything that's short sleeve. T-shirts, short sleeve shirts, polos, everything short sleeve, half price.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At Alex Campbell Menswear, get them while it's hot.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Heaven Sent Pet Cremations knows that losing a pet is like losing a family member, and we have many special ways for you to keep their memory dear to your heart. From caskets, remembrance pendants to remembrance spheres, call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. For a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Thanks for staying with us. The opening of Greymouth's new hospital has been delayed again and now is due to open in September. The delay is another blow to the project, seen here in file footage from this time last year. The hospital is now 2 years late in opening and $20 million over budget. The latest delay comes after the discovery of defects in the hospital's non-structural earthquake restraints. Air conditioning units in the ceilings hadn't been properly restrained to withstand earthquakes. The hospital build is also the subject of a $31 million dispute between Fletcher Construction and the Health Ministry. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dunedin City Council is making ready for the global COVID-19 pandemic while urging calm. The Otago Polytechnic has held its last graduation before it joins a national educational institute. And the University of Otago's new Music and Performing Arts Centre is open for business, but it isn't fully finished just yet. Time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Times. Welcome Deputy Editor Mr. Craig Page. Hello.
Good evening, Daryl. Yeah, all about COVID-19, as you can imagine. News today that Dunedin now has its first confirmed case of coronavirus. A man in his 40s has recently returned from Germany and tested positive. Two of his family members as well. Suspected cases, they're being tested at the moment. We're expecting those back hopefully later this evening, so we should have update in tomorrow's paper on that and online. One of the cases is a pupil from Logan Park High School as well. So obviously, natural concerns there about who that pupil might have been, hanging around with, and how it may have spread throughout the school. So,
and whose class, and
yeah, lots of things, and what else he's been doing outside of school as well. We've got plenty of reaction on that. We've spoken to Mayor Aaron Hawkins, who's urging calm really, and urging people to look out for each other. We've also got calls into Logan Park High School, so we'll have some reaction from them tomorrow as they're available. Naturally, they're pretty busy, as you can imagine. Just so much happening in the situation. We've got Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern announcing her $12 billion package for businesses today. So we've got a reaction from businesses throughout the region on what it means for them. Air New Zealand confirming today it's cancelling flights to Australia out of Queenstown until June as well. So that's going to have a huge impact on Queenstown as well. Ski season not too far around the corner, so everyone's starting to get a bit nervous. And supermarkets, a bit chaotic in supermarkets as well, with people rushing to buy more and more product as well. We've got a list of cancelled events, and that continues to grow because of coronavirus. So we're keeping that updated as well online and in the newspaper, so people can keep track of that as well. Something a bit different, our fresh pages, we look ahead to dressing for the cooler months, so something a bit different for everyone there. Autumn and winter not far away, so we talked to 3 local experts about what's in for the year ahead. Surprisingly, not white shirts, Daryl, as you can imagine.
It's odd. You rock a white shirt there. So.
Yeah, thank you. And on just quickly on the sporting front, Highlanders home from Argentina today as well. Their match called off. They're now going into 14 days isolation. Club sport, we have a look at that, what the impact might be. We've just heard in the last half hour or so that club netball throughout the country has been asked to delay its start until the beginning of May. That could have a flow-on effect to other club sports as well, so we'll be keeping an eye on that.
It is very, very wide-reaching, the whole thing.
Oh, it's surprising how wide-reaching it is, and I guess it's only going to get worse before it gets better. So,
indeed,
buckle up.
All that and indeed, all that and more on 12:30. Thank you, Craig. Time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the southern view taken of a roadworks sign saying something we should all say a little more often. On the situation, a milder northwest airflow increases later tomorrow ahead of a cold front due on Thursday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport may have a cloud or two and 18 degrees. Heading across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can expect clear skies tomorrow and 18 degrees. Heading down to Canterbury, Kaikoura and Christchurch are in line for clear skies and 17 degrees. Ashburton is also due to have clear skies and 19 degrees. To the southern towns, those in the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore are all looking at moderate northwesterlies and a fine day, 16 for the Catlins, 17 for Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore. Heading to central Otago, where the fine weather and light winds are set to continue, Queenstown reaches 18, Wanaka aims for 19, and it should be 21 in Alexandra. Te Anau, you're set to have some cloud increasing and high of 15 degrees. To the northern towns, light northeasterlies and fine weather reigns supreme here. On the coast, Timaru aims for 16 with 15 for Oamaru, and it's due to be a bit warmer inland with Twizel and Omanama both heading for 19 degrees. In Dunedin, fine weather tonight with an overnight low of 6 degrees. Mostly fine before cloud arrives mid-afternoon, a high of 14 and a low of 11. Fine and sunny on Thursday with breezy, mild and northerly winds, a high of 21 and a low of 13 degrees. And in Invercargill, fine tonight with an overnight low of just 4 degrees. Fine tomorrow with sunny periods and some cloud, moderate northwesterly winds developing. A high of 16 and a low of 12. Cloud increases with some showers developing on Thursday afternoon with fresh northwesterlies changing to a colder southwest. A high of 18 and a low of 10. And that's all from the South Today team for this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.